Well, hi guys, here I am with some harsh K-pop opinions that I really wanted to share because I think it's about time you hear the truth. As usual, I am very interested in reading your comments and see what you guys think, so whether you agree or disagree, don't forget to write your thoughts down below. Now let's just get started. Some of y'all are literal perverts who take it too far and interpret everything as sexual. Listen, I totally know that sometimes when it comes to certain songs and music videos there can be some innuendos that are painfully obvious and we can all understand they were meant to be ambiguous, such as New Jeans Cookie for example, but other times it's literally your problem for having your mind in the gutter. For example, It's Magnetic. The music video was not sexual at all, and all those people that claimed it was sexual clearly took things out of context and it's like they were desperately trying to make it look ambiguous when it wasn't. I could make many other examples of songs that have wrongly being accused of having double meanings, but you get what I mean. Sometimes sexual innuendos are pretty undeniable, but I swear some of you have a problem and see sexual things everywhere, even when there's nothing sexual whatsoever. I don't get if it's because you're perverts, simply stupid, or you're just trying to get the group dragged by K-pop stans. Either way it's ridiculous and you all need to grow up. People's inability to have a balanced discussion about LE SSERAFIM at Coachella is embarrassing. Okay, so I don't follow LE SSERAFIM closely, but as soon as I opened Twitter I saw so many hate tweets following their Coachella performance, claiming it was fucking terrible and pathetic. But I've also seen many praise tweets saying they absolutely slayed their vocals and they sounded amazing. I decided to look for myself, just to find out that both sides were absolutely wrong. The thing is, LE SSERAFIM weren't terrible, but it's not like they were great either. As usual, the truth was kind of in the middle. I personally think they did well in the first half and they did bad in the second half, and that's to be expected since they basically danced non-stop for almost 40 minutes, especially considering how challenging some of their choreos are. So I was not surprised to hear them struggling to stay in tune and sounding quite out of breath. In the last couple of songs they did pretty bad in my opinion, and I know for a fact they wouldn't have struggled this much if they had been trained to sing live more often. But what's sad is that some people can only see the negative things and completely disregard the positive ones, while others can only see the positive side and pretend like there was nothing negative to criticize. I've never had a problem in criticizing their vocals when they needed to be criticized, and I've definitely never had a problem in praising the girls when they deserve to be praised. But some people literally can't seem to have a balanced discussion and it's embarrassing. We get it. Kiss of Life are cunty. Now please stop talking about this every 2 seconds. Kiss of Life seems to be everything that people are talking about these days, but 90% of the time whenever people talk about them it's always about how cunty they are, how sexy they are, how they are real women who make real women music. And I just think that it's kind of weird because at the end of the day they're not even grown women. The youngest member was literally born in 2005, but other than that, they have many talents and it's weird how you overlook those talents sometimes, because you are always talking about how cunty they are. Not to mention that I'm convinced many of you just token stan them, just to seem original and not like other girls. I'm not like other girls, I only listen to real women music. I listen to cunty songs unlike you who listen to kids. I have to say it's honestly embarrassing. I feel like you should just praise Kiss of Life for being talented and for being charismatic instead of trying to shove this kind of agenda down our throats. We get it. They are sexy. Now can we please move on? Thank you. Y'all are more focused on dragging idols for buying Starbucks and McDonald's than actually supporting Palestine. The boycott is a very important topic that we should be taking seriously and not turn into some kind of fan war, but it seems to me like nowadays that is all you have been doing. Now whenever an idol is caught drinking something from Starbucks or eating something from McDonald's, it seems to me like you are just using this as a chance to drag them. Maybe because you don't like them and you dislike the group they're in. It seems like you are more focused on trying to cancel them instead of actually supporting Palestine. You are more focused on trying to find somebody to blame and to cancel. It's clearly performative activism for some of you, and I'm sure you don't genuinely care, because otherwise you would hold every idol accountable, not just the ones you hate. It's clear you will just find excuses to protect your faves. Last but not least, if you have a chance to educate idols, then use it. Don't waste this chance by bullying them. They won't learn anything if that's your approach. I literally know people in real life that don't know about the boycott, but it's not like I go up to them and insult them when I could simply educate them, so that I can truly make them understand. The truth is most of you all don't give a fuck about no boycott and you're just a bunch of bullies. If speculating on idols' sexualities is an invasion of privacy, then it's not okay to speculate on them hooking up with the opposite sex either. It's like speculation is only wrong if it involves thinking idols might be queer. You don't really care about respecting their privacy, cause you have no problem invading their privacy at all. Your only problem is thinking they could potentially be queer, and that's the truth. I don't think we should speculate on idols' sexualities, but that includes every type of speculation. You can't just cherry-pick what speculation is okay and what speculation isn't. You all overanalyze every interactions idols have with the opposite sex and always blow things out of proportions. But of course the only ones to blame are those who speculate about idols potentially being queer. Just fuck off, you all are ridiculous. It's like you're okay with people making up whole scenarios about idols fucking someone of the opposite sex just because they looked at each other for 3 seconds. But it's wrong to speculate they might be gay. Speculating and blowing things out of proportion is bad in any case, not just when it's about being LGBT. The truth is a lot of you are just fucking homophobic and you don't really care about idols' privacy and about respecting boundaries. It's never just a company's fault if idols can't sing. Whenever an idol is being criticized for their poor vocal skills, people are always quick to blame the company, saying how the company doesn't give them proper vocal training and how the vocal coaches don't know how to do their job. And I can agree that some companies may not have the best vocal coaches, but it's never just a company's fault. For example, if you picked a very lacking vocalist like Sakura and you put her in SM, she would still be a bad vocalist. On the other hand, if you put somebody like Red Velvet's Wendy in Hype, then she would still be one of the best vocalists in K-pop. Because even if a company like Hype has a worse training system than SM, the problem is not the vocal coach, it's the idols. Some idols can't sing and no amount of training is ever gonna change that. Queendom Puzzle was a waste of time for everyone involved. Queendom Puzzle literally benefited no one, and in fact the group that came out of it only ended up flopping. I thought L's Up would honestly do fairly well because it had relatively famous members from groups that have been talked about quite a lot, especially groups like WJSN for example, or even CLC. I mean, we're talking about groups that people definitely know, and so I was expecting to see more interest around this group and more hype, but it wasn't like this at all. It also feels like the promotions for this group are quite bad, and I overall feel like Queendom Puzzle benefited no one. It's not like the previous seasons benefited anyone that much either, but this time around I thought that since there was a new group being created that the hype would be bigger, but as we are seeing right now this edition ended up not benefiting anyone. So I think that at this point Queendom has no business in continuing, as it's only ever been a waste of time for everyone involved. Some K-tubers just wanna start a fight and argue so fucking bad it's pathetic. Hear me out. It's natural for K-tubers to just piss people off with their opinions sometimes. And I'm not saying K-tubers shouldn't be allowed to express their point of view even if it's controversial. That's kind of the whole point of being a K-tuber, being real and expressing your thoughts to engage people in discussions. But I swear to God, some K-tubers' only goal is to get people mad as fuck and start a fight. Some K-tubers are always so damn mean for no reason, and it's clear they want to make you mad so fucking bad. They don't really care about having constructive and meaningful discussions with their audience. They just want to insult idols and argue with their stans. They feed off of negativity and hatred, and this is ruining K-tube. It's getting harder and harder to find K-tubers who are willing to have a discussion instead of just arguing. One thing is being straightforward and expressing your opinions even if they might be controversial. And another thing is just spewing hatred. They be saying, oh, I don't want to hate on anybody, it's just my opinion. And their opinion is literally like, this idol is so fucking useless and they should have never debuted. I despise them so much and I can't fucking stand to hear their trashy voice. They should just retire and they would do us all a favor. Like, okay bestie, just say you wanna pick a fight and go. Well guys, this was it. Let me know what you thought of these harsh K-pop opinions and tell me if you agree or not. I hope you enjoyed. See you guys in the next video. Bye.